So one thing I know, this is jumping way ahead in your forecast, that I've noticed is the water is still about 50 degrees, right? So
Yes.
polar plunge for sure, but you would think it would be a little bit colder. At least I don't know.
So that's actually a scientific thing where there's something called the specific heat of an object. And a specific heat is essentially how long it takes to heat, for example, 1 degree of water by 1 degree Celsius. And
Okay.
the specific heat of water is significantly higher than land. And what that means in layman's terms is it takes a lot more energy to heat up water than
Right.
land. So it tends to heat up and cool down much more slowly.
Learn something new every day.
Absolutely.
Impressive off the dome. No wonder you're good at your job. Okay, well, let's get
thank
into weather for today on land, of course.
Yes, so the on-land temperatures were colder than our water temperatures. So high temps today across the southern coast were in the mid-40s, but elsewhere in the low 40s, even into the 30s for some of us for high temperatures. And one of the reasons for that is this upper level area of low pressure. We have a lot of cloud cover around. We had some scattered snow showers and rain showers, generally unsettled because of this system. But it's starting to move out of our area, which means we're actually bringing some sunshine back into the forecast. So tomorrow, partly sunny skies, maybe an isolated snow shower in the mountains, but more sunshine than we've seen lately. And honestly, Saturday, pick of the 7-day forecast, in my opinion. We'll have the most sun out of all of the days. Really, really nice. However, our temperatures won't respond. They're going to remain in the 40s for essentially the entire week. In the evening hours, we're going to increase our cloud cover ahead of our next system that rolls in. This one will be overnight Saturday into Sunday. So this system starts in areas of western Maine between 11 p.m. and midnight or so, and it'll be warm enough along the immediate coastline for mostly rain, maybe some mixed precipitation, but certainly more rain. And then that rain-snow line is going to go through areas of the interior, and then areas north of the rain-snow line will be seeing snow. As we just talked about a little bit, winds will be coming off the water as this system rolls in, which is going to push the rain-snow line a little bit farther north. So that means areas like Lewiston and Augusta, for example, would start out as snow but change over to rain as we get into the early morning. And areas of far northern Maine are going to remain snow the longest for essentially the entirety of this system. And it does move fairly quickly. By the time we get to the early afternoon, southwestern Maine has already cleared out, but it'll take a little while longer to clear out of areas of northern and down east Maine especially. And that will be one of the questions in this forecast, is just how long will this system linger in northern Maine? Because if it ends up snowing for a few more hours, that can certainly impact our snowfall totals. So we'll keep an eye on that tomorrow and into the weekend. It is our first snow map of the year. Along the immediate coastline, mostly rain or all rain. Up to 1 inch areas inland there shaded in white, and then just north of areas like Lewiston and Bangor, 1 to 3 inches, and then 3 to 6 inches when you get to areas of the mountains and far north up into the county, Baxter State Park, for example. Drought Monitor has seen some improvements. Unfortunately, this is a problem that is likely going to persist into the springtime, because once the ground freezes, we can't really see any improvements there, and we're simply not going to get enough rain to reverse it before the ground freezes, unfortunately. So seas 3 to 5 feet, water temperature about 50 degrees. We just talked about that a little bit. 7-day forecast, partly sunny during the day tomorrow, though I think a bit more sunshine than we've had lately. The sunniest day of the 7-day forecast is Saturday. And then we have that system moving in Sunday. Rain for some, snow for others, Bailey, and our temperatures remain in the 40s.
That was a perfect, too long didn't read. Rain for some, snow for others. Got some sunshine. Something for everyone.
Exactly.
All right, we will be back in 2 minutes, and tonight we're looking at what some hope will be the car of the future.